because that's exactly what I need on my birthday.
It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're diving into r/Tales of Neckbeards. No, wait, r/Neckbeards. No, wait, it's actually my personal subreddit, r/ReddX Reads. Yes, indeed, we've got another entry in that Strat-Beard saga, written by a different OP under the same username, which is an interesting way to go about it. It is Behind the Beard on Strat-Beard, which, can I just say, I absolutely love that subtitling. I'm gonna probably steal it for some other stuff if we decide to do some deep dives on some of these other beardos that we see laying around here. I got some big ideas, big plans for this channel as far as getting myself off of Reddit and chasing down some beardos on Facebook and wherever they might hide. So I suppose you guys can look forward to that. But for now, we are going to focus on Strat-Beard and try to sate our morbid fascination with this creature. So let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some neckbeard cringe. Strat-Beard Files, Behind the Beard. Mwah, beautiful. I said it before, I'll say it again. Love that subtitle. Hello, and welcome to the Behind the Beard part of Strat-Beard's tale. I will be your host, Apple, to give you readers a bit of background and a different perspective of what my relationship over the years with Strat-Beard was like. Be warned, this is not safe for work, and it is long. It took over 11 years of dating him. Oh God, how is that even possible? So I'm gonna do my best with only dropping key aspects of his character and basically try to sum up what our relationship was. And trigger warning, mentions of pedophilia and abuse. So let's get into this, starting with the characters. Apple. This will take place within a large span of years, starting at 13 all the way up to 24. Growing up under a rock most of my life with no real knowledge of how relationships should work or what I needed in one, which left me naive and susceptible to manipulation. I have a style sense that's like a mix of late 90s teens and a grandma in the 50s. I'm not really sure what to call that other than a demisexual mess. Strat-Beard was a year younger than me, and when we first met, he was a good kid that was the subject of bullying for many years, and that probably messed with his psyche too much to be repairable without some professional intervention. He had a signature look about him, had dark brown curly hair, and was really tall. He wore graphic t-shirts, usually something nerdy or with a pun involved, and blue jeans. Nothing else. No jackets, no long sleeves of any kind, no button-up, no bracelets, not even like a nice wallet. He had a duct tape wallet that he made himself. Hunter, a friend in high school who clicked with me immediately. Anime, drama, and D&D nerd. And he had this sleek style with lots of chains and dark colors. Blue, an amazing friend, our original OP for these stories, and a rock during hard times. She's got this grungy rocker girl aesthetic going on that drew me to her. Alright, looks like Hunter's the only new one, but we shall incorporate him as we see fit. So now let us dive into the story. It of course all started in high school. In the year of 2011, I'd been moved around to different places and schools all of my life, and while making friends did come easy to me, it was starting to become too much of a burden to get attached to people only to end up leaving them after a couple of short years. So when my freshman year started in this little Christian town in the middle of nowhere, California, I never really bothered to try making any more friends. And I guess this gave people a sort of reason to still keep trying to talk to me. Well, yeah, people want to break down that wall. Mysterious vibes in that. A lot of what would be considered the popular girls would come up to me and check the vibe and ask me stuff. And I would always answer politely and walk away because no. Just no. I'm nothing like these girls who were so perfect and utterly normal. I was a big anime nerd who loved children's shows, was nowhere near the straightest noodle, and I read comics for crying out loud. Insecurities were high, and my declining mental health painted a very clear picture of what these small-town conservative teens would be treating me like had I been open to them from the start. But one day, one of these girls came up to me and said that I need to ask someone to the Sadie Hawkins dance that year. OP, okay. Why? Girl, 'cause girls asked the guys this year, duh. I meant, why did they want me to go? But instead I said, then I don't have anyone to ask, trying my best to just shrug them off and move on to my next class. The girl said, then you should definitely ask Stratbeard. Maybe you guys would be good together. I actually didn't know who the hell she was talking about. I didn't make an effort to remember my classmates' names. So I said, OP, oh, then do you want to ask him for me? I'm kinda shy. Girl, okay. Wait, that worked? Why was this girl so willing to do this for me? It's all a sick joke, I'm sure. And soon enough, she brought me with her to introduce Stratbeard. And immediately, as soon as she said it, Stratbeard stormed off, looking upset. It was a joke. A goddamn bully had me become part of the joke that they were pulling on him. Yep, called that one. They wanted to get a reaction out of him because apparently I was someone who was way out of his league. The day went on after that, but not without some guilt, knowing that I was part of some sick joke to this poor dude that I had never even met. I made it a point to try and talk it out with him the next day. I apologized and even tried to make some simple conversation. OP, you know, I really wouldn't mind going with you. Stratbeard, really? We're going together? OP, what? Oh, I guess. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback because that wasn't really an official asking out to the dance, at least not how it would usually go. I felt like I had just led this guy on and owed him the dance, at the very least. So confused and unsure of what to do, I just walked away. Or actually, more like booked it to my next class. That had nothing to do with Stratbeard. I was just an awkward freshman that really didn't like to talk to people and just wanted to finish the day. But it turned out that we had all of our classes together, and soon enough, by lunch, everyone knew that I had asked Stratbeard to the dance. Oh god. Your journey as a social pariah starts now. While I was wanting to just sit at a table and try to text my friends from other schools to catch up on their shenanigans, I instead had a slew of people come up to me with so many questions. Did you really ask him? What'd he say to you? Why did you ask him? Do you like him? Is he your type? What's your type? What did you even like about him? Why the hell did they care so much? Like really, was there honestly nothing better to do? Well, yeah, bro, this is high school. This is what we do. That's most of what high school is, isn't it? Bad lunch and infidelity. Is this really the most interesting thing that's fucking happening here? I answered their questions and just let them talk amongst themselves. Then lunch mercifully passes, and so did my interests in socializing with anyone after that experience. School ended, and about the time that I started to head home, Stratbeard comes up to me and says, can I pass you notes during class? And okay, that was kinda cute. How could I not agree to that? OP. Sure. And days go by with a lot of note passing, and a slightly alarming amount of them being Stratbeard, I think about you all the time, or you're all that I want. There were even pie charts of how much he liked my appearance. Yeah, hair, that's like a 30%. Eyes is like 20%. That booty, that's the full 40%. And then, what are we up to now? 90? Yeah, the boobs is 5 and your shoes is 5. I guess. Well, how do you even make a pie chart like that? Oh, to be young again. I can now, in my mid-20s, say that this was indeed strange behavior, and I should not have engaged with it. But back then, I really wasn't sure what to think. Maybe this is something that was normal to send to your crush. Yeah, bro, panties always dropping for those XL pie charts. If he doesn't give you an XL pie chart, does he really even care? But then the notes turn to texting, and then to physical advances, and then him asking me to kiss him in the darker hallways and hold him in the back rooms in the drama class. And with each day, he got bolder. Unsure of how to appropriately react to all of this, I would just agree to everything. Oh no. And when Stratbeard asked if we were dating, I said, yeah. These are all signs of things that people do when they're dating, right? And I definitely didn't want to think of the implications if we weren't dating. Like, was I just that easy? Would I really just let any guy touch me? No, I was dating him. And yeah, totally, I liked him. And that's why I allowed all of that. And legitimately, I did like him. He was mathematically intelligent, linguistically advanced. He understood my little quirks and my family situations, leaving promises to take me away from it all. Oh yes, feed me more saccharine lies. To protect me and show me how I should be loved. I was putty to all these sweet, empty promises that he gave me, ready to morph into what he needed from me and what he wanted me to be for him. I was a beautiful doll to his family, treating me like I was one of their daughters, and I was a child, indeed crying for parental love, to the way he showed me what abuse was and what it meant. I'm not sure what that sentence means at the end there, but okay. Oh, to look back at how sad and pitiful I was back then. I craved the affirmation that I was good enough for anyone to love. And then I found someone to love me, or an approximation thereof. And I latched on for dear life, for fear that my mind had finally cracked, and this was all a fantasy of the squirrel that was running on a wheel inside of my head. Well, the dance came and went, and eventually the years came and went as well. A lot of questionable developments happened within that time, one being that Stratbeard had, kinks that he wanted me to share with him. He liked the daddy-daughter kink, to the point that he would let it bleed out to just daily life, like a cut artery, just going everywhere and showing no signs of stopping. I really do try not to kink shame, but that is a weird one. No kink shame, but definitely fucking no kink same. He would sometimes talk down to me or belittle me like I was a child who knew absolutely nothing. He also had a habit of using my aversion to conflict to get what he wanted. Nonetheless, Stratbeard became someone that I could genuinely open up to, until he said, "We need to break up." What? My parents said I should wait until after high school to be in a serious relationship. And I'm really serious about you. So we should stay friends and just date after high school. Hello, logic. I loved his family to pieces, and I never wanted to upset the people whom I even considered a second family. So begrudgingly and heartbroken, I agreed. Time passed as friends, but Stratbeard's family needed help in another town and had him moved and switched schools to make all that easier. During these times, I hadn't really kept in touch with him after we'd broken up, so I just casually floated in high school. No one really knew me, and no one really cared. Like I said, social pariah. And then, during junior year, new students started to show up. Older students left their mark on the school, and a new friend rolled around. Hunter was flamboyant, funny, and really liked art and theater. Immediately, we became friends after arguing over some lore in a show that we both liked, and just as immediately as our friendship started, so did the rumors. How unfortunate was I that Stratbeard's dad worked as the computer teacher at this school, and as soon as he heard, he went to his son about it. The very next day, I get a text from Stratbeard.
Hey, we're still friends, right? Can we talk?
And we did. I caught him up on everything that had happened to me, and I got to know what he was up to, but it was really off. Stratbeard sounded like I had stolen his family treasure or something. He sounded offended while I talked about my new friend Hunter, and he even said that he
didn't like the idea of me being friends with Hunter, or the fact that everyone thinks that I would date him.
Stratbeard told me that
he felt like I lied to him
when I promised that we would get back together after high school. And then he called me a
bad friend for ghosting him and having the gall to rub this in his face.
Okay, wow. Did I just hit a nerve? Because I got hit with a whole load of cold emotions from every single direction. Are friends supposed to act possessive like that? Attacking my character as a person when I was just talking about my fucking day to try and catch up with you? What the actual hell just happened? I get it. He definitely didn't like it that me and Hunter got so close after only a day of knowing each other. Okay, understandable. And ghosting him, it isn't really how I would describe both of us not talking to each other, but yeah, I didn't really reach out to him either, so fair enough. But where exactly did I lie? And one argument led to another, and suddenly we're back together? What the hell? That is not how this is supposed to work. That's not how any of this works. The details are kind of fuzzy. I don't know how he got me to get back together with him during the argument, but I do assume that it was from my side, so the conflict would just end. Oh, OP, my god. I hope you smarter now. I want to use age as an excuse, but junior in high school, man? Fuck. Come on. Like a doused flame, Stratbeard was no longer pissy, and I felt like I had an old friend back. How quickly I forgot his condescending demeanor, this male chauvinist, whom I give so much of myself up to, only to have it spat right back at me. And still, no matter how he acted in our time together, I would constantly turn a blind eye, because of some of the better qualities that he had. At some point, he really did have me believing that he was better than me in every way. What exactly are the better qualities? He's linguistically advanced and lies to your face? Fuck this dude. Years and years go by, and we left high school behind, and this long-distance relationship that we for some reason pursued was on a melting ice cap. While on the surface it looked nice and stable, the mountain hidden underneath the water threatened to topple you over. He was in Virginia, and I was stuck in the middle of dead-ass nowhere, California, taking care of my family. My parents getting older and losing themselves each day, my own sanity slipping between my fingers as I did my best to try and stay strong. So, of course, this would be the perfect time for Stratbeard to ask me
if he could go bang other girls.
He would point out to me that
my sex drive never really matched his, and he needed more than that.
I was hurt by the truthfulness of this, because yeah, I fully recognize that I'm not as sexually driven as he is, or as much as normal people are, really. I do understand where he's coming from, but I really wasn't too comfortable with the idea of my boyfriend just hooking up with whoever in another state. Yeah, you gotta come on back and bring you AIDS. A lovely welcome home gift. And you would think that when I brought that up to him, it would be the end of the discussion. But oh no. He would tell me all the time that
he could have done something with someone, but he didn't.
And he would tell me all about his fantasies of him with other girls. He would tell me in detail about how he found his coworkers attractive. And he even sent me photos of pictures that he was able to sneak of their ass or their face, or God forbid they had a camel toe. The fact that you're sitting through enduring all of this is just mind-blowing to me. I think I said it in the first Stratbeard story, but yeah, have some self-respect, grow a spine. I hope that you have changed a lot since this, OP, because you're out of high school at this point. You're a fucking grown adult and still just standing by. Perhaps you've experienced some abuse. There's a lot of compromising going on in this mindset. Like, yeah, things suck, but they don't suck as bad as when I was being actively abused, you know? So I also don't want to come at OP too hard, but goddamn, dude, it's hard to sit by and watch. I'll say that. The hell am I supposed to do with these fucking pictures? I would just say, yeah, cool, dude, and try to move on from it. But then he would get upset that I didn't share his enthusiasm. Eventually, I would relent and try to match his creepy elation. God, this whole thing is creepy. Like a stone, grinding a piece of paper down into nothing, I eventually just gave up and told him that he could do as he pleased. I don't need to know about it. I don't care who with. If she gave full consent to it, then whatever. Go for it, dude. And boy, did he go for it. Too many encounters to count, and all in all, I'd really rather not get into all that. What was interesting is that he had picked up girls who looked like nothing close to me. While they were all of varying ages and heights, there were things that I did note that they all had in common. White, small breasts or small frames, baby-faced, and had childlike demeanors. Ugh, bad vibes. Stratbeard would later show me that he actively watched, read, or sought out child and cub porn. I'm not even going to ask what the fuck that is. It sounds horrible. I can infer enough meaning from that to just put him against the wall. Can we put him against the wall already? Jesus Christ, save our gene pool. Disturbed and unsure where to go about this new information and what to do, I would just try to derail the subject and move on past it. Anytime I would tell him that it was wrong or that he should stop, he'd just get pouty and upset, saying,
"It's not even real," or "She's the legal age of consent," or "It's just women role-playing as kids. It's fine," or "No, you don't get it. It was just sent to me. It got deleted right afterwards."
OP, did you delete it? Stratbeard,
no, the admin deleted it for everyone.
God, I hated him before, but I would really love to see him get executed now. I would pay cold hard cash money to watch him get shot in the face. The rest of my day would just get ruined in a mess of him getting angry and defending this bullshit, so I eventually gave up on that too. My home life and love life was getting so muddy that college was really my only safe haven. I wouldn't hear any of this toxicity while I was in school, at least. Didn't matter that it was a community college with shitty teachers. and that I eventually had to go back home to my parents to look after them. At least there I felt something that was calm and welcoming. I met new people and I made friends. I could get away from what was happening to my relationship while I was at school, because he would never bother me while I was in class. The boy that I had liked in high school was turning into something awful, and I had no power to stop him. Even worse than that, you basically enabled all of this bullshit. I hate to lay it down for you so flat, but that's the way that I see it. I hope that maybe if he had better, more level-headed friends, they could maybe help him to shape up. So when he came back from Virginia to California, I asked him if he'd like to meet my friends. His first response,
"Are any of them single or cute?"
Oh, look at this monster you've created. Disgusted that he only wanted to be around my friends
if they were cute girls.
I shut this line of questioning down for a later date, asking again this time, mentioning most of them were already seeing people. He declined and said he was unsure. Well, third time's the charm, right? I asked him once more if he would at least like to be in a group chat with him, to which he said
he would try.
Not even a full hour in, he left the group chat telling me that
they were acting stupid and annoying.
That's how most group chats are, to be honest. I am grasping for straws at this point. I would have liked the people that I held dear and close to me to be friends, or at least acquainted with each other, but Stratbeard just would not budge. He won't talk to any of my friends
unless they're a girl and single.
One friend I knew who was at least open in relationships was Blue. She also seemed to be curious about Stratbeard, so I set up a private chat with just the three of us, and they hit it off. Okay, cool, great. At least he's acquainted with someone in my group of friends. This means he has at least a chance of being more social with the other people that I care about. You mean the ones that he can't bang? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out. Oh, hope springs eternal for you, doesn't it, OP? Jesus Christ. The next few days roll around with Blue and Stratbeard talking more personally to each other, though I heard only after his parents had to pay for a tow truck that Stratbeard and Blue had a whole day of fucking around when he was supposed to be out Ubering people. Ah, so my suspicions are exactly right. Apple had no clue what was going on in that fast food bathroom where her boyfriend's getting blown. I hated the story before, but I fucking am livid about it now. Ugh. So yeah, not exactly what I had in mind. But I had given him free rein to do as he pleased sexually, so maybe I should have seen this one coming. See, more of that compromising. The thing is, I wasn't even bothered by it anymore. That stone had ground and pulverized the paper-thin walls that were my reservations to having an open relationship, where I was, I don't know, almost hopeful that I could maybe, perhaps pursue some people that I could like. How do you think that's gonna go? Oh God. I brought it up to Stratbeard that maybe I could have a relationship with someone as well, and immediately I was shut down. It's like a train wreck. I can't turn away. He said
that being in a relationship with him meant that I would have no one else but him.
All right, never mind then, I guess.
But if it was a girl, you could be sexual with them, so long as I, of course, controlled the situation.
What? But I'm demisexual. I can't just get sexual with random people. I need to also be romantically invested too. And yeah, that was the point. Stratbeard knew all of that, and he did not hesitate to use it to his advantage. Once again, I felt no power over my relationship. No give and take like Stratbeard had talked about, and apparently no communication either. He prides himself over being
an expert communicator and mediator,
but fell completely flat on all of that when it came to himself. My birthday rolls around, as times have passed, as they tend to do. Turning 23, I was grasping for the people and things that made me the most happy. I only wanted to invite the few people that gave me just that, so my oldest friend from middle school, my newest friend Blue, my little sister, and my boyfriend. Just eat pizza, play mini golf, and watch a movie after that. So why does my boyfriend, Stratbeard, keep pulling Blue away on my birthday? Fuck. Am I really losing my relationship like this right now? You've been losing it for a long time, but yeah, I guess. This is just chickens coming home to roost. My sister comes up to me asking why Stratbeard keeps walking away with Blue, leading my middle school friend to ask the same question. Fuck! Because that's exactly what I need on my birthday. It was getting late, and before we all got to the cars, I pulled him aside, trying to hold the tears back, and I told him, why the hell do you keep walking away from us, from me, on my birthday? Do you really need that whistle nice and wet on your girlfriend's birthday? Stratbeard.
What? No, we were just talking.
OP, okay. Then why leave? Do you know how embarrassing it is to tell my little sister and my best friend when they asked where you went and all I had to say was, haha, I really don't know. Probably out with Blue. And then that leads them to ask why the fuck you're with Blue. And I have nothing else to say except, I don't know. What conclusions do you think that they would come to? Because I can think of a few. Stratbeard.
Listen, I'm sorry you're feeling this way, but really, we just talked.
OP. Again, why separate yourself and her from us then? What were you talking about that you had to be so secretive about? If you want to at least do that, then try and be a little more fucking discreet. Stratbeard then gave this look of, "Aw, poor little thing," and wrapped his arms around me, enveloping me in this suffocating, fucking condescending hug. Tears ran freely down my face from a mix of awful emotions that I just wanted to be over. I break away from the hug and say, "It's fine. Let's go watch a stupid movie, yeah?" The day ends rather peacefully, and I end up going home with my middle school friend after the movie, and we just talked all night about silly ideas and games, forgetting the worries of my relationship warping in front of me, or at least saving them for some later date. Sorry if that got really dark really fast, and also about how long this was, but I had to span years of trauma right here. So thank you for sticking it through to the end. Part number 4 is coming up soon. Well, in the very first Stratbeard video, there were a lot of people in the comments going, "Oh, I don't understand how this dude could go out and actually get laid." Well, the truth is, it ain't that hard to get laid. You find somebody with low enough self-esteem and you're basically in. You know, it's not that impressive of a feat. What is an impressive feat is keeping this woman, was a child, now a woman, with you throughout all of this bullshit. I am absolutely shocked, flabbergasted to hear it from the horse's mouth. And honestly, I didn't even hear like really good reasoning. It was basically just endless compromising like, hey, could be worse. Yeah, I suppose it could, but just barely. This is setting the bar really fucking low. God damn. I just want to look OP like right in the face if she hasn't already learned it and say, you're worth more than this. Why did you subject yourself to this? If you're in a similar situation right now, I want to tell you the same thing. Think of how much of your life you have left to live and consider if you actually want to spend it in a situation like this. Can you endure this for 10, 20, 50 years? Definitely not. Self-respect, self-esteem, it's a hard thing to come by, you know, and if you're having trouble with that, I would seriously consider talking to a therapist. It's something that I'm still working on for myself. But even at my darkest, I don't think I would have stood idly by and said, yeah, this is an acceptable state of affairs, because it absolutely fucking isn't. While it's not physical abuse, it is beyond mental abuse without a shadow of a fucking doubt. And I do hope that you're doing better these days, OP. This dude ain't worth a squirt of piss, because all he's really offering is empty words like, woohoo, anybody can fucking make those. Oy, but I won't obsess on it too long. We'll get part 4 in here once it pops up, and I'm sure we'll obsess on it a little more. But for now, to preserve my own sanity, we gotta move on and do that thing that we always do, where I ask you to like, comment, and or subscribe on the video. Maybe share it around if you did enjoy it in some form or fashion. Check out them links in the description. All kinds of plugs and happy stuff like that. Also social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, also my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. Yes, indeed. I'd like to thank them as I do every video. So thank you very much. Calvicus, Fatboy Shrimp, Robert Waits, TSM Kirby, Aaron W, Delicious Jelly Donut, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Livison, Mr. Anime Manga Fan, Silent Revolver, Zero MMX, Magdalene Marshall Thornrose, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Rouse Tower, Babsy Coon, Caustic Fox, Disposable Waifu, Aaron Lennox, Fisher Diggy, Heathcliff, That's a New Guy, OG James Cook, A Pimp Named J Crisp, JM Coon, Jerry, John Hero, Miss Monday, Melgar the Destroyer, Mirthful Baker, My Boy Nat with Nick, Lady Nix, Origami Steve, Katykins and Elizabeth, Sidestep, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ash, Siegfried, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tato Ferret, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, Dead Duck and Bug, Fusky, Treeberg, Wilmax, Redwin, Goose S. Honk, Leon Embers, Naga Viper, John Indoors, A Normal Joe, A Rocksters, Cake, Jerry, that's a different Jerry, KJW, Kajow, Little Ann Woods, Maybe Next Time, Milk-Fed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Origami Cam, Princess Rosalie, Raptor Art, Ellie, The Last Shinobi, and the Maestro himself, Zuka Cervantes. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel in the way that you do. Absolutely beautiful. The Patreon absolutely blowing up. Like I said, we had a new friend joining us today. Big shout out to Heathcliff ×2. What's up with it? Glad to see you, bro. I hope some other people will join up as well. It's always appreciated. But if you can't afford it right now, that's just fine. Don't sweat it too hard. I mostly just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, so don't forget to wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. Yeah. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.